Welcome back, guys, and welcome to part 2 of our 100 Days in Primal Fear Evolved in Ark. Unfortunately, I did have a lot more footage, and while if you look from the past episode, you might notice there's a gap in what is shown. Unfortunately, a bunch of my footage got corrupted. However, not to worry, I'll explain what happened. Before we get into the video, if you could leave a like, comment, and please subscribe. It would help me out tremendously, as I am just starting out my channel. So the footage that was lost was me taming a bunch of Argentavises, dodos, and getting a bunch of eggs. As you can see here, I'm looking around for some decent level toxic dodos, because now I have toxic kibble. You make toxic kibble by using regular dino eggs. You then make alpha kibble by using toxic dino eggs, and so forth and so on. To beat the final bosses, we need demonic or celestial tames, which we need to get all the types of tames, including elementals, fabled, origins, and apex. I also got some Argentavises, so I can start a breeding program to get that nice tame bonus, as this will allow me to fight harder level dinos. Also, the other reason, Primal Fear, where you have any type of dino, even this level 18 Sarco, can almost 2-tap a perfect tame Argentavis. So I need backup mounts, as this map heavily relies on flying mounts, and isn't really traversable, or at least enjoyable to traverse on foot. However, not all breeding programs go as planned, as sometimes you get crap stats on your tames. Even though they are crap stats, it is max imprinted, making it that much harder to kill. As you can see, I am just swinging away and it is doing absolutely nothing to this. Now, I'm not going to sit here and bore you guys with me executing about 20 of my breeds, as even on 300% speed, this takes a while. In-game time took me about 10 minutes to kill each tame. That's mostly being that my guy is not that strong and my gear isn't that good. However, my breeding program did result in a bunch of tames that I did want to keep. Not this one though. This one suffered the same fate as the bigger one, and it's often better to kill them when they are smaller, as they have a lot less health. Besides the Argentavises, I set out to tame useful mounts, such as the frogs, as later in the game I will need a lot of cementing paste, and I'd rather have that now than later. However, I wasn't going to stop at just one frog, I needed a couple, so I could breed them. Beside gathering cementing paste, they make excellent taming mounts, as their tongue gives you torpor and can knock out enemies. I found my second frog on the verge of getting killed by a capro, so I figure I take this one with me and tame him. As I was returning to base, I found a couple tech dinosaurs that I figure I might as well kill and get oil, since I don't exactly know where you get oil on this map, and I would soon need it for my generators and for any electronic devices I might want to make. Since I was in need of good gear, I figure might as well hit all the purple and red drops on the way home, as I am running the better drops mod, which scales up with the dino level and the world level and difficulty. Now that I had some oil and some electronics from getting all the drops and killing the tech dinosaurs, I could make something that would help me. An egg collector. This means I don't have to sit by and watch my dinos so that they lay eggs and I collect them immediately. Knowing that I had to tame stronger dinos, I would need stronger narcotics. So I began making the base narcotic so I can cook those into stronger narcotics, which inflict torpor at a higher rate on higher dinos who have higher torpor.
Just we need to cook.
Okay.
Why are you wearing a chip?
To make the process more sustainable in the long run, as farming berries would take a long time, I decided to make some garden plots, which I would need fertilizer, taming up a Phiomia and feeding it a bunch of stem berries and regular berries to get its food back up, and rinsing and repeating until it probably would amount to a metric shit ton of shit, pun intended. I began to make fertilizer for my plant plots. I then soon realized that I did not have enough eggs, so I would need more dodos. And if you guys remember from the last episode, there was a purple little shit haunting me around this area. Yes, that little shit. Somehow it managed to find me, yet again. And of course, what would be a playthrough for me without dying to random mobs in this game? Primal Fear is really punishing. I literally cannot say this enough, where everything, and I mean everything, will whoop your ass. After getting tired of getting mobbed and killed and walking around, I decided flying was the best option and would go back to hunting red drops so I could break them down for resources. Here I got really lucky. I found a couple oil rigs and some other miscellaneous placeables that would give me a lot of metal, and I would not have to do metal farming runs for the next few days. Equipped with some of the best tranks I could make, and one of the best trank pikes I could make, I finally managed to tame myself a toxic dodo. This would be a step into taming alphas and eventually demonics. I did get lucky and find a female toxic dodo, so that I could mate them and make more toxic dodos without having to go out and actually tame them. This was a huge step in the right direction, as that now I could actually build up an army of dodos, have them lay eggs, and eventually tame up alphas. Unless something were to go wrong and I were to lose my inventory on the way home, that'd be all good. Like that Celestial. Seeing that Celestial, I decided to get the heck out before I would lose the 2 toxic dodos that I had. On the way back, I did run into a toxic dodo getting bullied by some Elder Fjord Hawks, and I figured it's time to get my revenge on them. They've killed me a bunch, so might as well kill them a bunch. I also did find some beaver dams to get more cementing paste, as I would need that for making guns. Even a bred Argentavis that has been imprinted from 2 max tame parents faces difficulty fighting the Elder Fjord Hawks. Especially when they are so fast and so hard to hit. Like many things in this game, the movement speed goes up as their level goes up. Flying through the wrong area, I did find a tropical crystal wyvern on the way home / getting lost. I then proceeded to spend the next 30 in real life minutes trying to passive tame this thing, which requires me sneaking up behind it and slowly feeding it crystals in hopes that the bar goes up. I figured if I could get maybe one more of these, I could start a breeding program and get max level eggs out of it, which would be a lot better than the Argentavis for carry weight and attack. Boy was I wrong, this thing moves around so fast, and this is sped up about 6 times to actually make it reasonably viewable, as opposed to sitting there and watching me chase it for 30 minutes. Realizing my efforts were futile, I decided to go home and almost lose everything I had due to a celestial dino. I don't quite recall what it was that almost killed me, but I decided to get home and call it a day. Now, once again, a lot of the footage that I have, I'd say out of 7 hours of gameplay, I was only able to save 3 from getting corrupted, and even those 3 weren't quite usable. Stay tuned, guys, for the next episode, where I'm actually gonna have something better to record with, in hopes that it doesn't get corrupted like last time, and you guys would get a much better viewing experience with a lot more content being shown, as opposed to just 3 hours of footage out of 7. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. And until then, I will see you next time.